PYX 106.
1-800-LAW-1010. It's 1-800-LAW-1010.com. We got Chaz Farcher on the phone filling in for Paul this morning. How you doing, buddy?
Where's Paul?
Paul is indisposed, out rescuing orphans, doing what he's got to do.
He's saving the world.
Okay.
You got it.
Part of me thinks he didn't want to talk to us about this story.
See, Chaz, I'm going to just explain. We had some miscommunication yesterday.
When he says we, he means him.
Me, yeah, I had some miscommunication. No, seriously, like, I had this, I was at meetings all day yesterday. I was on the road, and your office texted saying, what do you guys want to talk about tomorrow? And I asked Quinn, and Quinn's like, I don't know, how about the 94-year-old? And I thought he meant the 92-year-old in Canajoharie.
Right, not the 94-year-old in Gloversville.
Right.
So Quinn
wanted to talk about the woman who may have been deceased for up to a year in Gloversville.
Right.
And I thought he wanted to talk about the 92-year-old woman whose caretaker took some inappropriate photos of her.
Right.
So
can
all
we talk?
Very important legal topics. We're willing to touch on all of them. All great choices. No wrong choice here.
What's the deal? She's 92. She's clearly above the age of consent.
Yeah, I mean,
where's the problem there?
Obviously, without her knowing the photos are there, it's not legal for the guy to have photos on his phone of her, right?
Yeah, it's not just the age of consent. You're right. It's the fact that they were surreptitiously taken. You know, it's hiding these recording devices. I think in this case it was in the woman's bathroom. We're placing a camera in her bathroom. You know,
I heard it was just with his phone. I thought it was just his phone that he was taking the camera, the photos and the video.
That's what it is, the camera and the phone. You see more and more of these cases now that everybody carries a camera with them in the form of a telephone. We had a few cases last year with the Starbucks restrooms and some dressing rooms. You see them, they come up every now and then with women's locker rooms. Now that every single person carries a camera on them in the form of a telephone, these pop up more and more. In the days where the VHS handy cams were out there, these were much less common, but they're much more common now.
Okay.
Yeah, but he was trying, his excuse was, look, I am protecting my own interests because I've got a naked woman. I'm the only one watching her. I'm recording it it sounds like a bunch of BS, obviously. But does he have a leg to stand on?
I don't think so. It seems like a tough sell to me to say that, he wanted, I think his defense is I wanted to prove that I was taking care of her. In order to do that, I had to take photos of her nude in the bathroom, which sounds like a tough sell to me. So, you just don't do it. I don't know what you're doing. You just don't do it there.
Right.
That line, by the way, is what's heard in a lot of casting videos. I've got to run this video here
to protect both of us.
To protect both the parties for age of consent.
Right.
Now, you're not going to get paid this first time, but I want to see what you've got so I can show the producers.
I'm not going to unbuckle my belt, but the zipper might come out.
And then,
if you guys say, right now my life is consigned to episodes of Frozen and Agent Oso with the kids, so if you guys say so.
Chaz, I just watched Frozen for I think the 19th time last Saturday.
Never seen it once.
Let's get together. We'll get the kids together. You and me will fire it up for 2 or 3 hours.
I do have a video from a Chinese TV show where these 4 girls are singing Frozen, the song Frozen.
Yes,
I think it's called Frozen.
Yeah.
Or no, Let It Frozen.
Let It Go.
And boy, it was pretty impressive. It's a different take on the song. I'll send it to you, Chaz.
Thank God. Thank God.
In regards to Gloversville, and this is a serious question on my behalf, like as a parent, and you're a parent, you got to take care of your young kid. Is there at any point does somebody get so old that
legally someone
the kid has to keep an eye on? Was anyone supposed to be watching this lady who may have been dead in her apartment for a year legally?
Yeah, you can get to the point where you're. And that doesn't have to be a parent, it can be anybody, where they don't have the mental capacity to take care of themselves anymore. And then there's actually a proceeding in court. You can ask to have a conservator appointed, have someone appointed. I think the tough part here with this case is that the daughter who was caring for her 92-year-old mother, just didn't really have the financial capacity to provide for anybody. She had asked other people and tried to get other people. The guy that ended up taking care of her was actually her boyfriend for a period of time. They had a falling out. He continued to stay with Mom, either because he had nowhere else to go or for whatever reason, and that's how you end up in this situation. So if you get a parent who lacks capacity, then you may end up in a place where you got to get them full-time care or get them into a full-time assisted living facility, and that's really where you should probably talk to an attorney who handles Medicaid planning or that type of planning, so there's a way to pay for those
they obviously didn't do any of that.
No.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem that way.
And I don't want to put you on the spot because I know we prepped for a different story, but what's the law? If Quinn dies, how long legally? How long can I wait before I call someone?
Right.
Quinn died. How long can you?
If he dies at 5:30 when we're starting the show, can I wait till 10?
Yeah, say he's got stuff to do, like chopping wood or something. He's dead. Yeah.
What's the legal? How much time legally do I have before I call the authorities that there's a dead person in the apartment below me or in my studio?
Well, I think at this time of the year right now, I think if you stick them in the snow, pack them in ice you can buy yourself a day or two. But otherwise, I think the best recourse would probably
Quickly.
be as soon as possible.
Call them ASAP so they can check to see if you killed me while I was napping, you son of a bitch.
The answer depends. Whether, if it's the middle of July and it's 110 degrees, you're probably going to be short on time. But a day like today, I think you open the doors and the windows, you buy yourself a few
think
hours.
what we all have learned out of this is that when we get old, we slowly rot away by ourselves in a home alone with nobody that cares about us, right?
Well, and if you're not careful, you end up in one of Cantera's casting videos. I think that's the moral of the story here.
1-800-LAW-1010, baby.
You know the real winner is today? Paul Harding, who
That's
did not have
right.
to participate in this fiasco.
1-800-LAW-1010.com. Chaz, Happy New Year, buddy. Good to hear from you. It's
Have a great day, guys.
PYX 106.
Quinn and Cantera, mornings on PYX 106.